Why on earth would a woman reject a good man? It doesn't seem to make sense. But as I explain the reasons in this video, you'll realize that the men didn't have to get rejected. They could have gotten the result that they wanted with the woman, but each of the men made a very simple mistake that killed the woman's attraction for them. Additionally, later in the video, I will explain the secret that allows you to flip the script. So it is the woman who is hoping not to get rejected by you. She is hoping to impress you and get a chance with you. So number one on the 3 types of good men that women reject. Good-looking men who think they're not good enough. Now the thing is, I'm not a good-looking man, I know that. I'm an average-looking man at best, but I do have handsome friends and I've helped thousands of handsome men and good-looking men to get results with women over the years, in addition to tens of thousands of men who are average-looking and what they would consider to be ugly. And these aren't photos of guys that I've personally helped. Well, at least as far as I know, but I want to include this first because I know that many guys who aren't good looking, who watch this video, have been going through their life believing that the man has to be better looking than the woman, or the man has to be taller than the woman, or a man needs to have huge muscles, or be really fit and in shape in order to attract a woman. It's important to understand that while a man who is very good looking does have an advantage, a man doesn't have to be better looking than the woman in order to attract her, and you'll understand why as we go through this video. So the thing is, a good-looking man can be a good man and have good intentions with a woman, but she will place less value on his physical appearance because the issue of him not feeling good enough for her is going to cause way too many problems in a relationship that she just doesn't want. For example, if he doesn't feel good enough for her, then he's likely going to be insecure in a relationship and he may become very possessive and jealous and controlling. And he may also need her to be reassuring him of her love and interest in him in order to feel good enough. And that's going to cause her to be looking down on him as a man who isn't emotionally strong, right? She is basically having to prop him up all the time. So his looks don't really have any value there. Because at the end of the day, she wants a man who believes in himself and believes that he's good enough for her, and he's not able to do that. And that's causing all these problems that she doesn't want to experience. So rather than just accepting a man like that and all the problems that come with it, a woman will reject him, right? His looks won't do the job for him. The next type of man, men who assume that they need to be very nice to get a chance. So the thing is, there's nothing wrong with being a good man and treating a woman well. But when a man goes to the extreme of thinking that he needs to be very nice and treat a woman really well in order to get a chance with her, then at the end of the day, what that conveys to the woman is that he sees himself as being lower value than her. And the thing is, that turns women off because at the end of the day, women want to feel like they're trading up when they get with a guy rather than trading down. And a lot of guys confuse that as meaning, if you're going to get a woman, then you need to be really successful in life, or you need to be really good looking or way better looking than her, so she feels like she's trading up in that regard. But a woman feeling like she's trading up when she's interacting with you is based on how she feels in comparison to you. And if a guy, for example, feels like he needs to be very nice and do lots in order to be good enough and just maybe be on her level in terms of value, then he is displaying low value behavior, low status behavior. He feels like she's a high status woman because of her attractiveness, and he's low status and he needs to do a lot. And the thing is, that guy may be a great guy. He may be intelligent and he may even be successful in life, but it doesn't matter to the woman because trading up is a feeling that she gets. It's a feeling. It's the dynamic that you create between you and her. It's how she feels about herself compared to you, right? It's not necessarily what you have on paper, because if it was what you have on paper, like all the things that you've achieved in life, or maybe your physical appearance or something like that, then no guy who doesn't look as good as the woman would be able to get a woman. No guy who isn't successful in life would be able to get a woman. But they can. Guys attract women at all stages of their life without having to be successful in life or without having to be better looking than her. So the thing is, the guy who assumes that he needs to be very nice to get a chance with a woman is making that assumption himself. It's not a case of women being crazy that they're rejecting a good man. Instead, women do want a good man, but they don't want a man who feels like he's lower value than them and needs to be as nice as possible to her and be as respectful as possible about everything. I'll just be the perfect gentleman. I'll listen to everything that she's talking about. I'll be interested in everything that she's talking about. I'll be on my best behavior to hopefully get a chance with her. The guy doesn't need to do all of that. Sure, treat a woman well. No problem with that. But if you're coming from a place where you feel like you're lower value than her and therefore you need to do a lot in order to hopefully raise your value, then the woman feels turned off because women don't want to feel like they're trading down. And importantly, trading down doesn't mean that the man needs to be really successful in life. It's so important that you understand that. A lot of guys get confused about that and they think that, well, women aren't going to like me because I haven't achieved lots in life or because I'm not a huge success. But it's important to understand that most men aren't successful in life, but they're still able to attract girlfriends, get a wife, and enjoy their life with women, even though they're not successful and will likely never become very successful in life, will likely just lead a very average life. And the third type of good man that women reject, men who expect to be selected based on their achievements. So think about the peacock bird. In the mating ritual of the peacock bird, it is the male who shows off his pretty plumage to the female, who is actually quite plain and bland looking. And the female looks at the male's pretty plumage and she selects him based on that. Yet when it comes to the human mating ritual, it's pretty much always the other way around, where typically a man will be quite bland and the woman will be pretty. She'll be the one with the pretty plumage, so to speak. And importantly, the woman ultimately wants to be the one who is being selected. She doesn't want a man who is hoping to be selected by her by showing off his achievements or his pretty plumage, so to speak. So even though it's great that a man has achieved some things in life, maybe he's achieved something in his career, and that takes a lot of hard work and persistence and intelligence to be able to do that, some grit. Great job, well done. Or if he spent many years in the gym and he's built up a great body because he's disciplined, he's focused, he has that grit and follow through, fantastic, great job. Or anything else that he achieved. All those things are great, well done. But at the end of the day, a woman doesn't want to be sitting in front of a man on a date or standing in front of him in an interaction at a party, at a bar, or when she's meeting him through friends and get the feeling that he's hoping to be selected by her based on the things that he's achieved. Like, look at me. I've achieved these things. I'm a good boy, aren't I? I got that degree at university and, I got a promotion at work. Did I do a good job? Now am I a worthy man? Now will you give me a chance? I've been going to the gym for the last 4 years. Now will you give me a chance? I'm disciplined. She doesn't want to get that feeling from a guy. Because in the human mating ritual, it's the feminine who wants to be selected based on her beauty and her femininity, her warmth, her potential to be a supportive woman in your life. She wants to be able to be selected based on that. But if a man interacts with a woman and creates a dynamic where he's hoping to be selected based on what he's achieved, then he's essentially taking that away from her and he's making it difficult for himself. He's causing her to go into a mode where she has to consider him now, right? She has to get logical about it. Okay, he takes care of his physical appearance. He's got a good job. Sounds good. It's good on paper. But she's not getting the feeling that she wants, which is that she is a feminine woman who is under the spotlight of a man's attention. Right? She's under the spotlight of your attention. She's in the presence of a man who isn't hoping to be selected by her based on what he's achieved, isn't hoping to be selected based on, have I dressed well today? Have I done my hair right? How do I look? Can you select me now? Women don't want to get that feeling because it causes her to look at him as being in the one down position, as the one who is hoping to be selected. Additionally, sometimes a man will hope to be selected based on his achievements in a way where he is confident in himself. He talks to women and believes that he is an amazing man. And look, on paper, he is. He's an amazing man. He's achieved all these things. Maybe he works out. He's built a great body. He may have some great friends. He has so many things about him that are attractive, that are great. Well done. Yet the mistake that he's making is very simple. And that is, he's talking to the woman and he's thinking that she's now going to select him based on all those things about him. She's going to be like, right, I select you. I want to be with you. And obviously she's not going to use those words, but he's hoping that women essentially are going to say, right, you seem like a great guy, right? You're this, you're that. I want to start dating you. I want to get into a relationship with you. And he's hoping that women do that, but because the woman is the one hoping to be selected, and she doesn't want to have to look at the man as being the pretty peacock that she is selecting, she then just rejects him. And she may meet a guy the next week who is average looking, hasn't achieved much in life, but he looks at her as being a feminine woman. He selects her based on her beauty, her femininity, her potential as a supportive, loving, warm girlfriend or a fun girlfriend. He selects her based on that. And he's coming from the right place in terms of the human mating ritual, the human mating dynamic, which is the man selects the woman, right? The man looks at her and decides whether or not she's going to get a chance with him. Now, that doesn't mean that women aren't going to care about what a man has achieved, but what a man has achieved or will achieve is simply seen as a bonus to most women. But what's necessary, what's needed for her is to feel like the man is the selector. She is under the spotlight of his attention. Is she good enough to be his girlfriend? Because it then gives her that very exciting feeling where she feels like she needs to turn on her charm. She needs to be a good woman and win more of the man's love, win more of the man's affection and respect and admiration. She has to earn that. And that puts her in the right frame of mind to be a good woman to him. But if a man is coming from a place where he is hoping to be selected based on what he's achieved, and he's coming from a place of insecurity in that regard, or if he's expecting to be selected based on what he's achieved and he's coming from a place of confidence, the woman isn't getting the feeling that she wants where she is the one being selected, and she gets the sense that he wants to be the one who is being selected of, oh, right, well, aren't you an amazing man? Right? You went to uni and you studied that, and, oh, you got promoted, and, oh, you have this and that, and oh, geez, isn't that amazing? You're a good man. I want to be with you. I'm selecting you, right? He is essentially hoping to get that type of response, and logically it seems like that's the way it should work. But it's not, though, because we're not like the pretty peacock, showing off what we've got to the woman and hoping to be selected. It's like when a man has money, for example, and he tries to show off to women that he has money, he will then attract gold digger women who are going to use him for his money. And he will then get women who may not really even like him or love him, but just get with him based on the money that he can provide. Now, that doesn't mean that a man shouldn't become successful or that it's bad to become successful in life. Instead, when a man is hoping to be selected by a woman based on his money or his achievements in life or his muscles or something like that, he's essentially being the pretty peacock saying, pick me, pick me. And then the woman almost takes on the role as the female peacock who is essentially judging the man, right? She is nitpicking, right? She's looking and saying, okay, so what have you got? Do I think that you're good enough? And she gets into that type of way of thinking. Whereas when a man is interacting with a woman and he makes her feel like she is the pretty peacock, so to speak, that she is the one who's going to be selected if she's good enough, then she starts doing the pretty peacock dance, right? She wants to be as pretty as possible for the man, as feminine as possible, and seem like good potential as a woman. And she also gets to experience the feeling that she's actually looking for, where she is being selected by you. She feels lucky to be getting a chance with you. By the way, I'm going to share another secret with you that will help you feel confident around women that you find attractive. Before I do that, I'll just mention that if you do like what I teach and would like to learn exactly what to say and do to display the traits that make women want you sexually and romantically, then I recommend that you head over to masterattraction.com. When you know what to say and do to display the traits that make women feel attracted to you rather than displaying the opposite of those traits that cause women to feel turned off, then women naturally feel attracted to you, and that boosts your confidence. You realize that you are actually worthy. You're attractive to women. They want you. It's not a case of the woman being more valuable than you. You can actually make women feel attracted. In addition to teaching you what to say and do for each particular trait, I also give you insights that boost your confidence and therefore make you more attractive to women. And you will be more attractive to women after learning just 2 traits, but if you continue learning, then you will become increasingly attractive and increasingly confident around women that you find attractive. So a final secret that I want to share with you is that when you're interacting with a woman that you find attractive, it's up to you how you look at her value in comparison to yours. So, for example, a guy may not have achieved anything special in life and just have a very ordinary job and have an average type of appearance, but when he's interacting with a woman that he finds attractive, he does feel like he's good enough. And that's his decision. It's not her decision to make. He's already made that decision about himself, but another guy who has a better looking appearance than him and may have a way better job could be interacting with the same woman and thinking that he's not good enough, thinking that she is higher value than him, and that's his decision. It's not her decision to make. He's making that decision about himself. So I hope that helps you understand that women aren't rejecting the man because he's a good man, he's good looking, he's successful or ambitious. Instead, what they're rejecting is his mindset. And if he had a different mindset, then he would cause the woman to experience different feelings, right? She would be feeling attracted to his confidence and self-belief. She would be looking up to him and respecting him, and therefore she'd be feeling attracted to him and drawn to him. And as a result, she wouldn't want to reject him. It would be her loss if she rejected him. So she doesn't reject him. She opens up to him and she wants him. So just know that your mindset is one of so many ways that you can cause women to feel attracted and drawn to you. If you have the kind of confident mindset that I teach, it sets you apart from other guys and causes you to feel and automatically display the type of confidence that is irresistibly attractive to women. If you then want to boost your attractiveness even further, just remember to flip the script and make it about her, who could be potentially chosen by you if she displays the type of behavior that you find attractive. Taking that approach with a woman allows her to experience the exciting feeling of being the one who is hopefully going to be selected, which is how women really want to feel around a man.